statistics for the WASI calculator. You look at the calculator and steps to skip or how to work with speed. Okay, so mostly in the statistics, what we are mostly asked the mean, the median. Sometimes they can ask us to find the first and third quartile. Yes, and I think that's mostly what they ask. So we are going to look at these things in a quick moment. Okay, so take this. So given that class scores for science, one class is as presented with ages of students below. We are not using realistic ages, so please pardon me for this one. So I'm going to use like 5 to 9, then say 10 to 14, and then 15 to 19, 20 to 24, then I'll add 25 to 29. So I may say this is the class age, and I may give frequency. So let's say 8, 12, 15, let's say 17, 20. So let's say this is the table that we've been given. This is a class limit, but it's not boundary, and this is the frequency. So they may ask us to find they can ask us to find the first quartile. So assume you're asking us to find the first quartile, the second quartile. They're asking us to find the third quartile. They're asking us to find, they're asking us to find the mean. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the tricks. So we have to note that the second quartile is actually the median. Quartile means you divided a thing into 4. So first quartile is actually 1/4n. The second quartile is 2/4n. So you end up getting 1/2n. That's where the median position may be. The third will be 3/4n. Anyway, we'll explain as we go forward. So let's keep track of these values. So now, with what they've asked us, this is the group data. The mean formula is sigma f of x over sigma f. The median formula is the lower class boundary of the median class. Then this minus the cumulative frequency just before the median class divided by the frequency of the median class times the interval. So let's say times b. So means that with this table we will need cumulative frequency colon, we will need sigma f of x colon, we will need this one. They can also ask us to find standard deviation. So standard deviation, we know that standard deviation will be square root of sigma f of x squared over sigma f of x minus sigma f of x over sigma f all squared. So it means that we have to get a column for this one. So we will need like other columns. So we are going to use that as a trick. Okay. So I'll draw the table again, but this is the class limit. You have to change it to class boundary. So I'm going to draw the table again. Quick one. It's like we are solving the question all along. So you need class boundary to solve the question. So the boundary, you will subtract 0.5 from the lower class limits and add 0.5 to the upper. So you do it the same way throughout. So you have 4.5 to 9.5. Then I'll have 9.5. So you subtract 0.5 to this one, add 0.5 to this, subtract 0.5. So you end up this. The ending here becomes the beginning here. The ending here becomes the beginning here. That's how it's going to be like. So to 14.5, I have 14.5 to 19.5. I'll have 19.5 marching to 24.5, then 24.5 will then match to 29.5. Now I'll have my, so this becomes the class boundary. This becomes the class boundary. Then I'll have my frequency. So I have 8, 12, 15, 17, and 20. Okay. So I'll clean this table, quick one. Okay, then I'll bring total here. Okay, so based on what they are going to ask us, this is the class boundary, not the x that we need. So it means that we have to find the x. The x is the midpoint of the class boundary. So it means you have to add this and divide by 2. But I don't want us to fill that now. I want us to just leave the columns, like create the tables. We know what we are going to access. We will need we need f times x. We need f times x squared. We need that one. And we are going to need the cumulative frequency. So now here will become 8. Cumulative frequency means that as you are going forward, moving to the next one, this one adds to this. So this is the 8, it remains. But when we come here, it becomes 8 plus 12, then we get 20. When we come here, it becomes 20 plus 50. So this plus this plus this, I'll get 35. Then this is 17. So now 8 plus 12 plus 15 plus 17, what will it give me? The calculator is there to help me. So like 35 plus 17, I get 52. Then plus 20, I get 72. Okay. So the last number here should actually be the same number here. The calculator can help us confirm this. You get there. Okay, so now I have this left. Now let's use the calculator to fill this, then we will solve the questions and then we complete them. So the midpoint I said is this plus this divided by 2. So I can make it like, I'll bring my something like the fraction. I say alpha A plus alpha B divided by 2. Then I'll go to calc. So my A is 4.5, the B is 9.5. I get 7 for here. I'll go to calc. This one, it will be 9.5 and then 14.5. I'll get 12 here. Then I'll have 14.5 and I have 19.5. I have 17 here. I have 19.5 and then 24.5. I have 22 here. I have 24.5 and 29.5. I have 27 here. Okay, so that's the values for the x. So now we can, having filled 1, 2, 3, you can just go straight and solve all the questions that they may ask us to find. That is the mean, the median, the standard deviation, and the variance. And then you come, when there is time, you fill this part. So how do we find the mean, the median with the calculator? So now, when you go to your calculator, when you go to mode, you will see something like table, but that's not what we're going to look at. Even when you press the arrow button. Okay, so now I want us to go to shift mode. When you go to shift mode, then press the down button, you see 4. They've written start. So you press the 4 and there is frequency on and off. Now when you press 1, means the frequency has been turned on. But if you don't do that and just go to mode and just go and select start, you only fill one part. But what we are going to do, we are going to fill this part and this part. Okay, so now I'll just go to shift, and on the numbers you see start here, so you press 1. So shift and then 1. Sorry, don't know why it is. Okay, you go to mode, then you go to 3. Sorry, so go to mode and go to 3. Choose the first one, which is one variable. We are dealing with one variable. Everything here has a meaning. We have regression. When we are filling regression table, you can use the calculator, but that's the tertiary level. But SHS level, we are looking at this. So we select one. Now you see we have x column and frequency column. So we input the values in. This is the x. Don't mistakenly go and put this one at the x column. And this one, this is the x, this is the frequency. So where this x, so let's put in the x. So we have 7, 12, 17, 22, and 27. So now I go to the frequency and I fill the frequency parts. 8, 12, 15, 17, and 20. Now when you are done, just press on. Don't press AC. If you press AC, everything goes. Press on. So press on means everything is still there. You can access it anytime. Now when you want to access your values or work with the values you have input in the calculator, just press shift. What I wanted to do initially, shift and press the start. So that the one that I pressed. So now we see type, data, sum, var, this and that. Now you can go to 4 where the var is. When you press 4, you see n, x bar, this one. This stands for the frequency summation. This stands for the mean. This stands for the standard deviation. So we can use the calculator to find the mean and standard deviation and use some tricks to fill the table. And you are done with the statistics question. So what? Assume I press 1. They said that the sum of the frequency is what? 72. So calculator has confirmed. So I know that. So when you are doing your work, you want to show working, you say mean x bar is equal to sigma f of x over what is sigma f. Then you leave a space and can write something like this. You know this is 72 from the calculator. Then leave a space. So let's x bar is something. X bar is equal to what? The calculator can help you. Now I want to get a mean. I'll just go to on again. I'll repeat shift then 1. Then this thing comes again. I'll select 4. Then I'll go to mean. Now I need mean, so I'll press 2. When I press 2, they are saying the mean is this number. So 19 point, I'll do up to 4 decimal places. 19.0138. Okay. So now I don't know this. So we can apply change of subject. How do I find this? Having this and this. So when I multiply this and this, I'll get this. So mean times sigma f gives me what? Sigma f of x. So that is the trick. So with this one, I can just multiply by 72. That is 1369. It means that here should be what? 1369. So I'll come here. It means that the values here, when I sum them, I'll get 1369. I've left this part. We will solve it later. Okay. So we are done with the mean part. Then we can go to the standard deviation. So I'll go to on, then shift 1, 4. Now I need 3. So standard deviation is what? We are saying 6.7 something. So I'll write my standard deviation formula. Standard deviation is equal to square root of sigma f of x squared over sigma f minus sigma f of x over sigma f all square. Now I can just be skipping steps just like I did here. With this one I don't know, so I will leave a space. I know this is 72, but this is also the mean, so I'll just copy this there. 1369 over 72 all squared. Then I can still leave a space, so we write, but this one, what is in the bracket is the mean, so I'll just write this. So it will be like I'm following steps, but you are picking the values from your calculator. So I'll just write this. Then maybe I can come and, because of the board here, I can just write the final answer. The calculator gave me 6.7009 as my final answer. Now I've not filled this part, I've not filled this part. How do I then do this? So that's what we're going to look at in a quick notes. Okay, so now I'll clean this part. Here we can do change of subjects. We want to make this one the subject. So if I have this square, this equal to sigma f of x squared over sigma f. This is the mean, so this becomes like the mean squared. So now when I want to make this the subject, I'll square both sides. So I'll get this squared will give me what? This squared over sigma f minus the mean squared. Now this is the variance. Okay. Now I can bring this one here, and I'll get this squared plus the mean squared equal to this squared over what? This. Then I want to make this one the subject. So what do? I'll multiply through by sigma f. It means that delta squared plus x squared times sigma f will give me what? Sigma f of x squared. So this is a trick. So yes, this calculator gives us this. So the values that the calculator gave us for the mean we will just, so 19.013, now you square this one, you multiply it by the 72. So per this formula, we open a bracket. Now I can just go to shift, I'll just clear everything, yeah? Then I'll just now, so I have 0, so I have 19.0139 squared plus the 6.7009 squared, so 9 squared, then we will multiply by the 72, then the answer is 97, so it is very long, so it means that I've found this. It is sigma f of x squared is equal to 9762682.4, and this is a very big value. Okay, so this is the trick. Because when they are marking, they mark this, they mark this, they mark this side, they mark this side, and they will know that everything is actually right. Okay, so now let's clean the board. Now that we've used the calculator to find the mean and then the standard deviation. Okay, then I'll talk a little bit about the median. Sorry. So now let's look at this one. Recall from the previous videos that we talked about some semicolon. So in this case, we're going to do it like alpha A. So the A is going to be our F and the X is going to be our B. So alpha A, alpha B. Then semicolon comes in, alpha A, alpha B squared. Then we go to calc. So now our A is 8, the B, which is the X, is 7. So we fill this place, 56, they say this is 56, equal to again gives me 392. Then I'll change the values now, you go to 12, you go to 144, 1728. Then you go to 15, you go to 17, so 255, 4335. Then you go to 17, then you go to 22, you go to 374, 8228. Then you go to 20, and then 27, you go to 540, and 14580. So remember, we use the calculator help us to find. Here was 9762 something. Okay, so you just add them. You see that your answers will be the same. For example, let's try and add two. If you get this, 56 plus 144 plus 255 plus 374 plus 1540. So that's the answer that when we use that trick we got. So the same thing. So by the calculator we've solved everything actually. The rest is just trying to show working. So now we are done with the standard deviation and the median. So the median, I said the median is lower class boundary of the median class plus this. So like this is the quartile formula. So the frequency of the class, cumulative frequency before times the interval. So let's say B. Now the interval is this minus this. So 4.5, 9.5 minus 4.5. The interval is 5. So the interval is 5. Now, how do we identify the class, the boundary, like let's say the first quartile or second quartile class? We use this one. This will give us the position. So now the n is the 72. So n over 2 is 72 over what? 2. So 72 over 2 gives us 36, I think. So 72 divided by 2 will give us 36. So this is the 36th position. So we look at the cumulative frequency side. This is 1st to 8th. This is from 9th to 12th, 20th. This is up to the 35th. So the 36th will be found here. So it's the median class is this, is 19. So it means that the median class is 19.5 towards 24.5. So in this formula, we're going to use this. That's the lower class boundary for the median class, 19.5 plus n over 2, which is what? So I just write the 72 over 2 as you are, because you have to do it step by step. Then what is the cumulative frequency before? This is the cumulative frequency of the median class, but the one before is what? 35. So minus 35. What is the frequency of this median class? The frequency is what? 17. what is the interval? The interval is 5. So this one, you can just do your normal calculation and you solve the median. If it's the first quartile, the first quartile, you know it to be 1 n over what? 4. So it means that you are supposed to concentrate here. So n over 4. So it will be 72 over what? 4. So 72 over 4, what does that one give us? It gives us 18. So we have the 18th position. So we're going to look for the 18th position. So it will be here. Because this is up to the 8th. This is up to the 20th. So the 18th position will be here. So that will be 9.5 to the 14.5 class. Okay, so that will be the first quartile class. So this will be 9.5. So this will be what? 72 over what? 4. What is the frequency, cumulative frequency before? It is what? 8. So it means that we'll change this 35 to 8. What is the frequency of that class? It is 12. So we change this to 12. The interval is still 5. So we use that to find the first quartile. Assuming it's the third quartile, that one becomes 3 over n4. So 3n4, sorry. So 3n4. So 3 times 7 to 2. So 3 times 7 to 2 divided by 4. That gives us 54. 54. So I have 50, the 54th position. Actually, that's going to be here. So this is from the 53rd to 72nd. So the 54th will be inside this. So it means that will be the last one. So the 24.5 to 29.5. So we have 3, 72, this. And then what is the cumulative frequency before that? That is 52. What is the frequency of that class? It's 20. So 20. And what is the lowest?